Park, downtown San Diego, the scene as we're down to the final two games of the regular season. On the home grounds, it's the Chicago Cubs, third of this four-game series against the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone. Dick Enberg along with Mark Grant, and here we go again. Every game now seems to be a must game. And when you get to this point, and knowing that Atlanta's won and the two behind in the wild card, two behind San Francisco as we start play tonight, 5 games left. You know, pitching has been so important all year long. You watch it closer than anyone. That's your fort. And now you look at the matches of pitching, starting, we'll talk about tonight's starting pitchers, but the next 4 games, you've been analyzing that. How does it look?
Well, let's take a look at those matchups. When you start at the top, Gorzolani, John Garland. Garland, World Series experience, pressure guy, yeah. Guess what? The Padres beat him earlier in the year. Clayton Richard, he's gotten some big wins this year, a big year for the left-hander. Barry Zito, guess what? The Padres beat him in San Francisco.
And I like Richard pitching at night in San Francisco.
That's a good call. Tim Stauffer, a bulldog out there against Matt Cain at San Francisco this year. Guess what? The Padres beat him at his home digs. And then Sunday, Jonathan Sanchez, we know that story. Matt Latos, we know the streak Latos had. And guess what, folks? The Padres beat Jonathan Sanchez at San Francisco earlier in the year. So, yeah, the matchups are right there. Can the Padres do it? Absolutely, no question. The word going around this ballpark recently and all year has been believe. That's what we have to do from this point out.
And they get Will Venable back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games. Venable, absolutely the hottest hitter in the last half dozen games, much less the last 12, 13 games. Back has improved. He will be in the leadoff spot tonight. So at the very worst case, the Giants win both games against Arizona tonight and tomorrow night. If the Padres win their 2, they go to San Francisco, and all they have to do is sweep the Giants.
That's all in San Francisco, and you know what? It can be done. It can be done. I'm believing. Are you?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Padre record against San Francisco this year, 10-5. All right, let's look at tonight's matchup. This is key. You have to start with this game, and Chris Young needs to come up with a great effort. Randy Wells, a former catcher when he was drafted, he's 8-13. He pitched a terrific game last time out against San Francisco. And Young, his 4th start, his 3 previous starts, the Padres have won all 3 times. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Chris Young, the 6'10 right-hander from Princeton University. He's a veteran. He knows that he has to be the man tonight. Fans are here waiting for him to deliver. San Diego, and our closed captioning, as always, brought to you by Corky's. Don't let termites steal home, especially your home. Call Corky's at 1-800-901-1102. Corky's. Umpires have received the lineup cards. Chris Young peels off the warm-up jacket. Padres very confident down in that clubhouse tonight. They're just looking at this game. You win this one, and now it's down to 4. And if you keep taking care of your own business, you're in the playoffs.
And I think they feel pretty darn good with that big right-hander, Chris Young, on the mound. And one thing for Chris Young, coming off the shoulder injury, he's back to 100%. He's good for about 100 pitches tonight. And with this weather, it's a little muggy. So I think that's good for Chris. He likes to stay stretched. He should have no problem in between innings, staying nice and loose on that bench.
Young, of course, with 144 games on the disabled list, a shoulder surgery, but back in action. And Will Venable as well takes his spot out in center field on a 9-game hitting streak. Venable. The visitors from Chicago, on the other hand, have won 8 consecutive road victories. They're on a streak of 14-3 on the road under their interim manager, Mike Quaddy. Well, let's look at Chris Young's pitcher profile. It's brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. Well, he won his only decision. That was in the very second game of the season in Arizona, and then the shoulder problems erupted, and eventually the surgery and the rehab. He's had 2 outings prior to this one since coming off the DL, and has worked 4 and 5 innings, and the Padres won both those games.
You know, in that short sample size of Chris Young, the numbers are good. Way fewer hits than innings pitched. The walks are up a little bit, but, you know, occasionally he'll get the ball up in the zone, but with that high pitch up in the zone, he'll get a lot of strikeouts as well.
He has been tough on both right and left-handers as we watch the late crowd arriving here at Petco Park. Last night, into the 3rd inning, they were still pouring into the park, and we had a nice turnout of 27,600 plus. Mentioning a batting average against, right-handers hitting 118 off Young this year, left-handers 167. Let's check the Cubs starting lineup, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring. Take it home tonight. Now open in Lemon Grove. Basically the same lineup that we have seen the previous 2 games. Fukudome, Castro, Bird. Bird's been on base just about every time he's come to the plate. Aramis Ramirez hits cleanup. 3 for 8, as you can see, against Young lifetime. Ex-Padre Nady bats 5th. Alfonso Soriano, the hitting star last night, with 2 home runs. Blake DeWitt, the ex-Dodger, bats 7th. Coy Hill behind the plate, and Randy Wells on the mound. And Wells, as a former catcher drafted by the Pirates in the 38th round, that was 8 years ago, figures to be able to handle the bat is Mike Quaddy. His record has been very impressive since taking over from Lou Piniella, maybe earning added votes to being the full-time manager next year. Fukudome, there are his numbers. 13 home runs, his high in his 3 years in the big leagues, the American big leagues. Very mindful his hitting style of Ichiro in Seattle. Not quite the numbers of Ichiro. Again, is over 200 hits this season.
A guy who uses the whole field. Chris Young knows that, but he's going to stick with his strength, which is the fastball. He's going to throw 90% fastballs.
This is low, 3-1. Since Quaddy accepted the role of interim manager, he was the 3rd base coach. The Cubs are 21-11. And their pitching has improved tremendously. That one fouled down the left field line.
I think it would be great for Mike Quaddy to be named the manager next year for the Cubs. Why? Well, he's been in the system for a long time. He's been a bench coach. And you know what else he possesses? He knows the game. Why? Because all those times managing in the minor leagues, you don't have a bench coach. You've got to do everything.
Another foul by Fukudome.
So now he has the luxury of having a guy like Alan Trammell. Quaddy knows the X's and O's. He knows his players. So this is kind of like new territory for him, having all those resources. Good baseball guy.
Over but low. Young thought he had him struck out. Alfonso Marquez behind the line, behind the plate. Sam Holbrook at first, Greg Gibson at second, and Jerry Davis at third. So the leadoff walk to open the game for the Cubs. They've been nasty pests thus far the first 2 games of the series, winning 1-0 and then 5-2. Padres able to collect only 4 hits in each of those 2 games. Castro, a 20-year-old rookie shortstop, takes a strike.
Well, how'd you like to be 20 years old, shortstop in a market like the Chicago Cubs? Boy, what a future this kid's got, huh?
Hitting 300.
Yep.
Ground ball up the middle. No, that's a shot that's going to clear second base. It's a low shot by Castro. And here's trouble brewing for the Cubs in the very first inning. A walk and a single. Padres defense brought to you by Easy Turf Synthetic Lawns and Putting Greens. The best looking synthetic grass is now more affordable. So call 866 Easy Turf. Headley, Tejada, Eckstein, and Gonzalez will look for a double play ball now. Cunningham in left tonight. Venable returns in center. Ludwig in right. And Torrealba calling the shots for Chris Young.
And it's time to tighten up that defense. 3 miscues last night against the Cubs.
Marlon Byrd, the Cubs All-Star representative in Anaheim this year. He takes a strike. Byrd last night, 2 walks, 2 singles, and safe on an error. The night before, 2 singles, 3 singles, and 1 strikeout. So he's been on base 8 times out of 9. Good breaking ball. Slider dipping almost like a 12-6 curveball.
Sharp break. You betcha. Watch how this one starts straight and then good tilt. Straight down. And when you look at the grip out of the hand, yeah, that's got that good rotation, tight rotation. That looked like either a hard curveball or a tight slider.
.85 on the fastball. His last outing, Young's fastest was 86 before the surgery. Last year would hit 89, 90, right?
Yep. He's going to live around 88, 87, 88. But we all know it's not the velocity of Chris Young. If he can locate his fastball, it's really hard for the hitters to pick that pitch up.
Runners go. The throw by Torrealba. Not in time. A double steal. So the least expected move by the Cubs, and Mike Quade last night late in the game they had a double steal going. Same situation, first and second.
Very aggressive right out of the get-go, and they pick a good pitch to go on. That's a curveball in the dirt, and a great job by Torrealba just picking that ball. But it was a great jump. Looks like Chris Young one look the runner at second base.
Fugedome came up a little gimpy on the slide, a late slide. So second and third with no one out for the Cubs. They're feeling frisky. 2-2 on Byrd. Infield draws in. Just missed again, a curveball.
Had him 0-2. Now it's a full count. First base is open. So chances are, let's see if Chris Young does throw him a breaking ball here, trying to locate a fastball down and away.
The Cubs rarely try to steal. There's a chopper to third. Headley will hold the runner. Fugedome, one away. Slider got the job done for the first out. There's the double steal paying off already. That might have been a double play ball. Byrd runs fairly well. Aramis Ramirez, cleanup hitter. With Soriano clubbing a couple of home runs last night, he and Ramirez share the lead with 24 on the Cubs roster. And he's just 1 RBI at 79, 1 ahead of Soriano for the team lead. Tejada and Eckstein back off. They're at normal depth. Headley stepped behind the bag at third. He could come to the plate. Good fastball.
Ramirez asking the home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez, if that was a strike. It was right on the outside corner. If taken, you betcha. That would have been strike one.
Pop back out of play. Just into the press tier. So close to a souvenir.
Still 0 for 2010, Professor. No foul balls up here.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Usually you'd get 3 or 4, wouldn't you? That was my experience in past years.
Since this park opened, 2004, 3. Then I caught 2 of them. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, that's
the other one. Trussell got in the way. He blocked me.
Yeah, well, statisticians will do that. They do get in the way, you know, in a nice way. All right, 2-strike pitch. Got him swinging. There's a big strikeout with runners at second, third, and 1 out. So with a walk, a single, a double steal, and Bird then bounces to third. Headley holds the runners, and then Young strikes out Ramirez.
This is what I love about Chris Young. Look at that fastball. 87 miles an hour, right down the dish. Ramirez goes back to the dugout, shaking his head as if, how do I miss that? That's the stealth fastball. Oh, it'll creep up on you. Before you know it, it's by you.
First baseman Xavier Nady steps in. 253 his average. The former All-America star at Cal Berkeley fouls it out of play, and I'm sure you folks noticed if you read the small print in the sports pages that the University of California has reduced their budget, athletic budget, and they've dropped several sports, including baseball.
Isn't that a shame?
And they've had, their history of great programs, produced great players, including Nady. When you played for a team and you have your alma mater and you're aligned with it, and you want to know how they're doing it, all of a sudden you don't have a team anymore. They dropped women's field hockey, both men's and women's gymnastics, and they're nationally regarded in rugby, and they dropped their support of the rugby team at Cal as well.
That's too bad.
Second and third, 2 outs. We had our fellow Will Scott, Ed Barnes, look at the Cal baseball history, and we'll share with you as the game goes along some of the terrific names that Berkeley program has produced. 0-1. Almost stepped into the 85-mile-an-hour fastball. Two out, 2 in scoring position.
This is a huge at-bat for Chris Young and the Padres. Oh, if he can get out of this little mess, and stamp a little Harry Houdini on Chris Young.
Now, we've referred to this season all year long as magical, but just in the last few games, it's been tough to get the rabbit out of the hat. Young hopes this would be a start if he can dig his way out of a deep hole in the opening inning. Nady takes his time, steps out of the batter's box. Got him swinging. How about that pitching? They have to record the out at first as the ball was in the dirt. But Chris Young, runners at second and third, no one out, gets Bird to bounce out, and Ramirez and Nady to go out on strikes. Here on this Wednesday night, our SAP telecast brought to you by the Philly Cheesesteak Burger at Carl's Jr. Philly Cheesesteak on a burger. Welcome back, Will Venable, missing the last 2 games. Will with an 11-game hitting streak, and in the last 16, batting .462. So with him out of the lineup, that really took a bite out of the offense in the first 2 Chicago games. And Randy Wells starts off 2-0. 6'5" and 230 pounds, his former catcher. He misses again, 3-0. It's a tight strike zone, apparently. Marquez, you saw with Chris Young just missing. There are the numbers for Wells. His starting pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers.
One thing already for Randy Wells, he works quickly.
Doesn't he? Bounced up the middle. Second baseman right there. DeWitt over to Nady for the out. And a look at the Padre lineup tonight, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Venable, Eckstein, Tejada the first 3. Adrian Gonzalez cleanup. Ryan Ludwig. He's 3 for 6. And a couple of home runs against Wells. Wouldn't that be nice to see him tag a long one tonight? Yorvi, Torrealba. Then Aaron Cunningham bats 7th in left field. Chase Headley dropped down to the 8th spot in the order, and Chris Young batting 9th. David Eckstein, strike on the inside corner. His 1 home run was a walk-off homer, remember, early in the season.
Caught everybody by surprise.
And he, like so many Padres, struggling of late. It is contagious. Teams that start hitting, it seems to pick up everyone. Teams that struggle, everyone may be trying too hard. That one line, but foul.
Tried to turn on a 2-seam sinker from Randy Wells. As I mentioned earlier, Wells, quick worker, compact delivery. Coming off a couple of strong outings after scuffling earlier in the month of September. There's Larry Rothschild, pitching coach.
Up the middle. Castro, a quick throw and another ground ball out. 2 away in the Padre first. Brings up Miguel Tejada.
Wells will get a lot of those grounders when he's out with that 2-seamer. To go with that fastball, he also throws a slider and a straight changeup. So pretty much fastball slider. The changeup comes as his 3rd pitch.
The veteran Tejada steps in with a 11-game hitting streak. .276 his average with the Padres. That was just about what he was hitting with Baltimore. Both Tejada and Ludwig have expressed how much they enjoy playing here in San Diego. Great ballpark, super city, terrific teammates.
Let's drop a couple of contracts right now. Have them sign them. What do you say?
If you're the general manager, I'm with you. I'd like to see both those guys back in a Padre uniform next year.
Both those guys are gamers. Tejada, Ludwig. Yeah, Ryan Ludwig is struggling. He'd be the first one to tell you that, no doubt. Tejada brings just so much life in the clubhouse and the dugout, the way he plays.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Slider down low.
Changeup.
Just did nick that one.
Good arm action from Wells on that changeup. Now Wells is going to top out about 92. You can see that ball out of the hand, stay square to home plate. I like this kid's mechanics. Everything's going towards home plate. Big frame.
Rookie last year, he won 12, lost 10. Got some votes for Rookie of the Year, did Wells. Drafted out of junior college, Southwestern Illinois Junior College. He's a native of Belleville, Illinois.
Oh, Jimmy Connors. Yeah, down by St. Louis.
Yeah, just across the river.
Yeah. That guy's going home with a souvenir, Dick.
All right. Hubba hubba. Another ground ball. Second baseman DeWitt. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning. All ground balls for Randy Wells. After one, no score. Shirt right off a Padre player's back, presented by Sequan Casino. For your chance to win a jersey from a Padres player or coach, purchase that $1 scratch-off ticket. The Ballpark volunteers will have the blue aprons on tomorrow when you come out, or if you happen to be coming in late tonight, tickets can also be purchased at the Padres ticket office lobby, and all proceeds benefit the Padres Foundation. And you know they're very generous, and especially helping young people, baseball, fields, and uniforms, that sort of thing. Soriano, who hit a couple of big home runs last night, a 2-run shot early. That was in the 6th inning. After Nick Hundley had tied the game at 2-2, he came right back with a long home run, and he hits this one deep to left center field. A long run for Venable. Whoa, my! He pulls it down. Well, the man with a bad back tested it there. He seemed somewhat gingerly moving toward that center field wall, and then the great athlete, former Princeton basketball star, he got the rebound.
Bad back, my eye. Look at that athleticism by Will Venable. Nicely done. A big out for Chris Young.
Soriano, who homered his last 2 times up, trying to make it 3 straight at bats, hitting a home run. Fortunately, picked the longest part of the yard, and Venable, with his height and leaping power, able to take it out of the bullpen. Doing more on defense is brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Blake DeWitt, 1-1 the count on him. That ball hit to right field. Ludwig easing his way into the corner for the second out. And the early report, the Diamondbacks get a run in the first inning on a solo shot by Stephen Drew. That's against Tim Lincecum. They move Lincecum up a day. Bruce Bochy feeling if he has a playoff, then Lincecum would be available for Monday. And sometimes you move a pitcher up early.
You made a good point earlier. We were talking.
Yeah, they're used to a certain routine, and they're all full of bravado. And they say, give me the ball, I'll go for it. But they may not just be right. We'll see.
Good call.
Coy Hall to Hill 213. Switch hitting catcher, a late strike call on an 85-mile-an-hour runner over the inside corner.
Looked like a changeup from Chris Young, one of the first ones that we've seen this evening.
Hill hitting left-handed, 198 this year. That's been most of his experience as a lefty. Fouled at the plate. Now how big in that first inning when you reflect on the fact second and third. And you have a fly ball pitcher in Chris Young. You're the first two outs here in this inning, fly balls. But he's able to keep Bird on the ground and then use the strikeout pitch to get Ramirez and Nady. Bailing himself out of a threatening inning for the Cubs. Another ball bouncing 5 feet in front of the plate. Slider. The pitcher, Randy Wolves, on deck. Line drive by Gonzalez into the right field corner. That clears the bullpen. Ludwig digs it out. And Hill, who's hitting barely over 200, has a double with 2 gone here in the second. It's remindful of the trouble Chris Young pitched out of in the first inning.
Well, you made a good point, Dick. As Chris Young was battling, there's a breaking ball. Okay, he hits the top of the baseball. You keep it on the infield, still second and third. There's the stealth fastball, and then he puts away Nady with the slider. That is some big league pitching right there by Chris Young.
He's got a man in scoring position again as Hill able to find the gap between Gonzalez well off the bag and roll one into right field. Wells is 9 for 50. There are his numbers. 3 runs batted in this year. Good movement on that fastball.
Just stay right out there in that outside corner. Looks like Alfonso Marquez maybe was a little gracious off that plate. Maybe about a ball's width.
That's the fastest pitch thus far by Young, 86. The difference between this Chicago Cubs team we're watching in this series and what we saw in Chicago is just phenomenal. Got him. A slider, and Wells well out in front. Third strikeout by Young. Pitches out of trouble again. Thanks to Will Venables' great catch in center. The playoffs coming up, and you can catch all the action. 2010 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The playoff excitement begins next Wednesday, October 6th. Division Series on TBS. Randy Wells worked an easy 1-2-3 first inning on ground ball outs. It'll be Gonzalez, Ludwig, and Torrealba in the Padre half of the second.
Well, you look at that graphic there, 576 at-bats. That's a lot of trips to the plate. That's a lot of swings.
Takes it low, ball one. It was made public, reported yesterday and today that Adrian indeed has been suffering from a bad shoulder all season long. He told us that, remember, a couple of months ago.
Sure.
And he said, I'm going to need surgery at the end of the season, and we just felt it was not our place to report that. He didn't want the opposition to know that he had a bad shoulder. But now at the end of the year, just wanted people to recognize why his power numbers are down. Instead of the 40 home runs, 30 home runs. And he said he's had to make an adjustment, trying to hit more line drives, up the middle more than pulling the ball. And his batting average reflects that. It's 20, 25 points higher than a year ago. 3-1.
Yeah, try swinging a 32, 33-ounce bat with a bad shoulder at any level. I don't care if you're in high school, college, junior college.
Had to go to a lighter bat, in fact. And he earns a leadoff walk. He knows the way. That's the 88th time he's had a free ticket this year. Look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your day started right with a Sunrise Taco. Most walks this year. Milwaukee's Prince Fielder, Pujols, Votto, and now Gonzalez tied with Votto. Jason Hayward, the rookie at Atlanta, a lot of walks. He's got a big strike zone, too.
Yes, he does.
So Gonzalez, the first base runner for the Padres. Ryan Ludwig hitting just .221 as a Padre, but he drives this one, but it's right at Soriano in left field. Well, you're just so hungry for a base hit and digging your way out of a slump, and then you do hit it hard right to a glove. It figures.
He put a good swing on it. Nothing he can change there. Even though it's the first pitch of the at-bat, might be the only pitch of the at-bat that he gets to offer at.
You talk about a pro keeping all of his emotions on a steady keel. Ludwig, whether he hit the big home run in St. Louis or having trouble buying a base hit, he acts the same. He carries himself with the same demeanor. You don't hear him moaning or complaining or being too excited either.
You know, I've got a philosophy on that. When I see players that act like Ryan Ludwig, you know what that tells me? It tells me that they have confidence in their ability and they know that they're good and that they'll get them next time.
Torrealba, 0-1 the count. And he drops a bunt. It's a good one. No way that they're going to get him. Torrealba, base hit. Well, that's one of the outstanding acquisitions of Jed Hoyer this year. Torrealba, he's just made this a complete season, not only behind the plate, but hitting around 280, and he, for a catcher, he can scamper a little bit.
And he snuck up on everybody. Ramirez deep at third base. Everybody expects the catcher to swing away. He drops the perfect drag bunt. What in the Ricky Henderson is going on there?
So the Padres have their first base hit of the night, and runners at first and second. One out for Aaron Cunningham. Takes outside. Cunningham, 294, one of the highlights of this 2010 season. Comes up from Portland, and in his first game crushes a grand slam home run. He's played some good defense, too. Hits that one to left field, but didn't get all of it. Soriano makes the play. So 2 out to Chase Headley. Headley dropped down into the 8th spot in the batting order. And the reason is reflected there as batting average at .259. Padres haven't had many chances to score against Cubs pitching coming into this game. Ball one. They're 0 for 10, Mark Grant, in the 2 games plus this with runners in scoring position.
Oh, that's got to change down the stretch if they want to try to put some pressure on the team like the Cubs or the Giants winning ball games. And this number 8 spot could be tricky. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. This is where Chase Headley really has to be patient. The pitcher's on deck, so he might not get that fat pitch to swing at. So the idea for Randy Wells is, I'm going to try to get Chase Headley to fish after a bad pitch. Maybe a sinker down and away or something out of the zone so he doesn't get a good swing on it.
Ground ball right side, knocked away by Nady, but it rolls toward second, and here comes a run around second base, around third, and he'll score. Up to third, and out is the call there as Torrealba got a little greedy. Gonzalez able to score from second base, but Torrealba gunned down over at third. The Padres get a run. Gonzalez could be running. He's not the fastest man. And 2, the ball carried him perfectly in terms of a San Diego bounce. Went by the second baseman. That allowed Gonzalez to score. And Torrealba tried to take an extra base himself. But catcher Hill alertly throws to third and gets him.
Yeah, that ball off the glove of Nady went all the way over towards Castro, over by second base. DeWitt was out of the play. So I've got 6-2-5 on that put out at Torrealba at third base.
And Headley picks up his 58th RBI. And the Padres have a 1-0 lead. Chris Young starts with the top of the order here in the third. Fukudome, then Castro and Bird. Fukudome walked to open the ball game. He then moved to second on Castro's single, and then they worked the double steal, second and third with no one out. And Young did that fancy piece of pitching of getting Bird to roll out and a couple of strikeouts of Ramirez and Nady and left both men stranded. 2-1. Well,
Darren Balsley and Bud Black before the ball game said that Chris Young is good for about 100 pitches tonight.
Back to Young. He blocked that with his body and his glove and throws him out. Well hit ball by Fukudome. See where Young got it. Didn't sound like a clean catch.
One hopper off the dirt, and looks like it may have gotten him on the left wrist, the glove wrist.
This will give us a good look at it. Up on the heel of the glove and part of the wrist.
Yeah.
Well, he's had his share of comebackers that have been pretty mean. Go back 2 years ago to that pool hole shot to the face. High pop up by Castro. Shallow in center. Venable coming in. 2 away. Marlon Byrd, the batter. Former Georgia Tech star, now 33 years of age. Still wearing the marks of that foul tip off home plate. Right eye. Late on that swing. It's 85, but it's tough to pick up the ball.
It's unbelievable.
Strike 2. Downward plane from the 6'10" right-hander. Bounces the slider.
You know, you'll be amazed, and we've seen it, how guys will swing at that pitch. You know, there are probably young pitchers out there that see that, or they throw that pitch. It's like, it was in the dirt. No. Depending on the count, you'll be amazed at how many guys offer at that pitch, and you get yourself a strikeout.
Did not go around. Sam Holbrook there at first with the call.
No, let's check from the side. You know what? I'm going to give him that one. I'm going to say he checked.
A high bouncer. This will be tough for Headley. He's going to have to fire it hard. Too late. Bird runs well for a big guy. You hit that home dish and get that kind of kangaroo hop, or just you're merciless.
And you know what? A nice job by Chase Headley. He was quick with that ball to the glove, to the hand, and throwing across the diamond. He timed it like an outfielder coming in on a fly ball. Times it. Oh, he actually barehanded that. I correct myself. I thought he went glove, bare hand, so straight bare hand. Good play by Chase. That was the perfect play. The speed of Bird.
Can't do it any better than that. Cleanup man Ramirez struck out his first time. Padres with a 1-0 lead here in the third. Get the early jump on the Cubs. That's a positive factor that they haven't been experiencing. Tomorrow afternoon, 3:35 our starting time. The John Garland for the Padres and Tom Gorzolani 7 and 9 for the Cubs.
Remember, bring your suitcase to the ballpark.
Oh, that's
We're
right.
leaving after the game tomorrow.
That's right. Thanks for the reminder.
You don't want to get here and think, uh-oh.
You just don't want me to wear the same outfit for 4 days.
It's not the outfit I'm worried about.
Yeah, we'll bring the suitcases. Final road trip of the regular season.
Unbelievable. 83-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Swung out and missed. Check this out. I mean, it's just a good old-fashioned four-seam fastball. Inner third.
2 out, Bird at first. That one fouled back. Thought it had a chance, but it goes into the upper tier of coming into our booth. Looking ahead at the positive numbers, and we have a season's total package of statistics to try to interpret. Padres, the best road record in the National League, and they're 10-5 against San Francisco. Those are good notes. Arizona leading in the second 1-0 against the Giants. It's Ian Kennedy for the D-backs. Lays off the slider. So tomorrow afternoon, along with the action, the Cubs and Padres, that'll be get the jersey off the back of the player. They'll pull the numbers out of the hat after the game. That one is crushed to left center field. Way back, Venable. He didn't get that one too, did he?
He caught it.
He did! My, oh my, that's unbelievable! Ramirez can't believe it. Two spectacular home run saving catches by Will Venable. Send him to a higher league. Standing ovation at Petco for the center fielder. Remarkable. Spectacular home run denying catches. What's he got to do for an encore, huh?
Yeah.
Those are, wow, maybe the two best catches we've seen all year, all in the first 3 innings by the same man. I mean, we've had some nice diving catches and runaway catches, but I mean, that required such athletic skill. And there's a drive to right center field. That's going to be not caught. Did he trap it? Did he catch it? Oh, my. This is getting contagious. Fukudome. How did he get there? That's an outstanding play by the Cubs right fielder. For a moment, I thought he trapped it. Well, let's go back to Venable coming off the field after that second catch, denying Ramirez a home run, a 2-run homer. On the run and banging into that railing high above the fence. And Ramirez, that smile, one of appreciation for a great catch, even though it denied him a homer. And here's Venable with the bat now.
Boy, another thing I think about when we see Will Venable and the athleticism that he's displayed tonight, credit the training staff for getting him back out on the field. I'm sure Will would be one of the first guys to mention those guys. Putting on a show. There's Paulie Navarro, assistant trainer. Todd Hutchison, the head trainer.
Good eye. 3-0. Venable, of course, the leading base stealer for the Padres this year with 28. Had the hot bat. And we welcome Will back tonight, hoping his hitting streak would continue. Not realizing that he would be the star of the game in the last of the third inning on 2 terrific catches. Those will be highlight reel catches around the country. That ball hit the right center field. Will that be caught? Over goes Bird. No, it drops in for a hit.
And Venable matches his great glove work tonight with a single that extends his hitting streak to 10 straight games. And now you go back to the play made by Fukudome on Chris Young's ball. Looked like it was going to be a base hit off Young's bat.
We talked about the adjustment Will Venable made in his swing, hitting the ball more on the line and more of the top half of the baseball rather than working underneath. Hence a lot of fly balls. That was a good looking swing by Will.
1 out single. Eckstein the batter. And when you watch the timing and athletic leaping skill of Venable, you realize that as a Princeton basketball all-Ivy player, how that talent, transfers to baseball. Being able to run at full speed and carry your leap to the target.
And in a baseball game, we saw him go up and over. That's a great catch. But in a basketball on the hardwood, that's almost like a finger roll, going to the hole in the paint.
That was his game.
That's right.
He said, I wasn't a great outside shooter, but I could take it to the hole. Eckstein just misses the bag at third.
Well, not too many times you see the third base coach go with the right hand, go to touch the left ear.
Crossover signals. That's tricky.
That's right.
That can confuse a guy.
Glenn Hoffman throwing a curveball to us there. Okay, signs stay the same with that throw over to first base from Wells.
Venable is on his own in terms of stealing the base. The only sign he'd get in that regard is don't steal, but he'd have the green light here.
Yep.
But you wonder when he has to go back in head first like that, and that back has really been tested already. Those two defensive plays he's made, and having to dig his way in the dirt back to first base can't make it feel any better. Swung on a miss. Eckstein can't find the slider. First strikeout for Wells. Well, with the injury to Jerry Hairston, Eckstein not getting any days off. And it takes his toll. He's a veteran. He's got a lot of years on that body. Talked with Hairston before the game, and nothing you can do for that fracture. It's, you feel between your knee and your ankle about halfway. The fracture runs parallel to the ground, not a length of the shin fracture, but across the leg. And it's just a matter of you just got to stay off it and hope it'll heal as quickly as possible. Harrison he's a real part of the spirit of this team. In his best year, 50 RBIs, and able to play so many positions. His services have been missed. Hill thinking steal. Calls for the pitch out, or at least the dugout did.
Well, we've seen it a couple times where they'll pitch out back to back. Dempster did it.
Tejada grounded to second his first time. There he goes. Hill's throw, not in time. Number 29. Quite a package. Will Venable, 2 great catches, a base hit, now a stolen base.
He was going so fast he lost his batting gloves in the baseline, and he slides in. There they go, 1 and 2, kicks him up, head first slide, and that's a King Stallman stolen base for Will Venable.
He'll help you out, the King, when you litter the bases.
Yep.
I mean, did you get caught on that?
Post bail, you're good to go.
1 ball and 1 strike now. A slider misses outside. Tejada with 31 runs batted in since becoming a Padre.
enjoying a streak of 11 straight games, which he's hit safely.
Ooh. Hey. Foul ball.
You've definitely heard a sound before the catch, and it might have just clipped.
Oh, it did hit him.
The batting glove of Tejada. Randy Wells and the catcher Hill, a modest argument saying, didn't that hit him?
I was going off the reaction of Miguel Tejada. I don't know whether he was just trying to collect his thoughts. That hit the butt of the bat. I think the Padres got a break.
That's a Derek Jeter.
Yeah, that hit the knob, I think.
Hard to tell. He's saying it was the wrist. It didn't sound like a bat. I mean, I think the umpire's going by sound there as much as anything. And it would have been more, there wasn't that wooden sound. It was more of a muffled audio. So we won't know until we ask Miggy after the game. So first and second with 2 outs to Adrian Gonzalez. He walked the first time and scored the only run of the game. Hits this one sharply, but right at Castro. And they get the force at second. 1-0 the score after 3, thanks to Will Venable. How about the Princeton Tiger, number 22, going to the hole and then going to the wall. Oh, my.
Cadillac CTS Coupe with dramatic styling, intuitive technology, and spirited performance. It represents the best of Cadillac. Test drive one tomorrow. Dick, what a play. Will Venable has made 2 good plays. And also a base hit for the Padres center fielder. It's been a Will Venable night.
And more to come. Top of the 4th we go. And the Cubs getting good play from Fukudome in that last inning, or the Padres would have some more runs. There's a check swing grounder to Gonzalez. Young covers. 1 away. Nady out. Alfonso Soriano, who homered his last 2 at-bats last night, a 2-run shot and a solo in the 6th and 8th innings. And then the first time up tonight, he goes deep, but Venable says not this time. The first of his 2 high-popping catches. And Soriano, as we watched last night, how he just has that, his elbows right over the inside corner, and he was guessing fastball there and got a slider.
That looked like the way Mike Trussell used to swing it back in the day. Look at this swing. Oh, that's more like a cricket swing. He was guessing there.
There's another slider that drops in for a strike.
Well, you can see we showed this the other night how close he is to home plate, and then he's up in the box.
He likes the inside fastball.
Yep.
You would think that that's where you want to pitch it. Crowd him with a fastball. That's exactly what he wants because he can really turn. He still has quick hands. Another breaking ball. 66, a curveball this time. Darren Balsley, a moment of enjoyment seeing the variety of pitches from Young. And another. So he's thrown him 3 sliders and a curveball in the 4 pitches in this sequence.
So what's a good pitch right here, you think?
Well, he wants a fastball, but he's a bad ball hitter, so you got to be careful. You don't want to make it, you're just out of the strike zone, maybe just what he wants.
I think it's a good call. I say go up the ladder, maybe.
Big smile, having a good time tonight.
That's too high up. That's like on the 14th rung of a 15-rung ladder.
One of Soriano's home runs last night was down just off his shoelaces. He golfed it for the home run. Now the count goes full. Another breaking ball.
He had him 0-2.
Well, Soriano, the way he's swinging the bat, certainly has gotten the entire pitching staff's attention here with the Padres. He's not had the greatest of year, but he's got plenty of power, as we've seen, and another slider bounces in, and Young was in control, but loses him. That's the second walk tonight from Chris. He just wasn't going to give him a pitch to hit.
You see Chris frustrated, trying to gather his thoughts before he has to step in there and face the left-handed hitting Blake DeWitt.
It's a right-handed loaded lineup, the Cubs, with the young kid Colvin out, the left-handed batter who was speared by the shattered bat. So they only have Fukutome leading off and DeWitt as left-handed hitters, and then the switch hitter Coy Hill on deck. But the strength of their lineup, 2 through 6, all right-handed batters. DeWitt had the game-winning hit in the 1-0 victory on Monday night. Well, Young falls behind 2-0. Is that ball 3?
Oh, absolutely. 2-0. DeWitt's looking for something to yank out of the ball yard possibly. And, if taken, there's no way that's going to be called a strike. It looks like it touches the line of tracks.
But you're not going to get that call.
No, absolutely not. So that was his one free swing. 2-0. He looked for the fastball. He got it. Good pitch. I'll bet you a dime to donuts, and I love donuts.
For a dime you do, but yeah.
Back in the day, that a fastball from Chris Young on the inside part of the plate to Blake DeWitt, he would have no chance. I mean, he's having difficulty. He fouled that ball back. It was on the outer part of the plate.
Soriano with a lead, a safe lead. The big guy from Highland Park, Texas. Chris now 31.
Chris better be careful. He better come to a complete stop. It looked like that last set was kind of quick. And, some of these umpires might get a little froggy and call that as a balk. This is real speed here. Watch, does he come to a set? Yeah, he does.
Barely.
Yeah.
Two and two. One out. 1-0 Padres here in the fourth. Cubs with the runner Soriano at first base with a walk. And DeWitt awaits the 2-2 pitch. Got him. High fastball. 4 strikeouts for CY.
There's a fastball, and look where it is. It's on the inner part of the plate, but up. In fact, right down the middle of the plate, according to Tracks. That ball had a little run on it. And like the pitch before, DeWitt fished after the ball again.
Just nicked the top of the strike zone.
So in the scouting report, you put Blake will chase high heater.
Hill with a ground ball double past Gonzalez. 2 outs in the second inning. High pop-up. Gonzalez in foul territory. And the inning is over. No runs, a man left. Cubs have stranded 5. Padres lead 1-0. Available on sale now. You enjoy great action photos of Padre players, behind the scenes look at a game day here at Petco Park. Compelling images of great Padre moments of this 2010 year, including 10 walk-off victories. The Padres photo book, only $5. It's available at the Padres Majestic store here at Petco Park down the left field corner. Ryan Ludwig leads it off. Fourth inning, 1-0 San Diego. Torrealba and Cunningham to follow. Ludwig lined out to left fielder Soriano, his first at bat. Oh, look who has returned. Good to have the San Diego chicken with us. He's going to get things stirred up. Ground ball foul.
That is truly free-range chicken.
You can range left and range right.
Always a good time. Putting the hex on the pitcher.
There have been a lot of great mascots, but he's still number 1. Check swing. He did not go. So Ludwig has the count 3-1.
Good hitters count. And remember, Ryan hit that ball well in the second inning, right to Soriano in left field on the first pitch.
Chicken working on top of the Cubs dugout.
Line drive down the left field side. It's a fair ball into the corner. Ludwig on his way to second. Soriano plays the ball and gets it in. It's a double start here in the fourth inning. Ludwig. And the Chicken, it didn't take him long. First batter since the Chicken arrived. And Ludwig touches half of them.
So we can thank the Chicken for that thigh-high pitch. And Ryan Ludwig legs it out for a double. And the Chicken's breast is really popping with pride. How do you like those little nuggets?
Well, you didn't lay an egg.
Nice one, Professor.
Let's see if the Padres can take advantage. Ludwig with a leadoff double. Torrealba, a bunt single his first time. And he bunts it again, pushes it this time. It'll be close. Got him. But it serves as a sacrifice. And almost another bunt hit for Torrealba. Well, you can't bunt it any better than that. Chicken saw it safe. Look at that. He saw it all the way.
Good bat control tonight from Yuri Torrealba. The first at bat, as you mentioned, Dick, going down the third base line for the bunt single. And how close is this? Gets him by a step. But the bottom line is that Ryan Ludwig is 90 feet away from that second run.
That's a heady play by Torrealba.
Yep.
Gives himself a chance for a base hit as well as moving the runner into position where he can score in and out. That'll bring the infield in. Infield tight, hitter's delight for Aaron Cunningham. He flied to left his first time. That'd get the job done here. 15 runs batted in for the season for Cunningham. Chase Headley, who drove in the run, on deck. Slider. Now, the situational hitting throughout the season is one of the reasons why the Padres held on to that first place position the majority of the time, 148 games. Not a lot of chances. They're not going to beat you with too many home runs. They've got to score in situations like this. And they have. Try to elevate something to the outfield. Ludwig may be coming on a contact as he takes his lead down the line at third. Strike two.
Good pitch. That's the old backdoor two-seamer from Randy Wells. Tremendous movement on the outside part of the plate. As a right-handed hitter, you kind of give up on a little bit, and then it comes back and gets that outside corner for the strike.
That one gets away. Ludwig scores. 2-0 San Diego. That is producing a run. A double, a sacrifice to third, and alertly Ludwig comes in on the wild pitch.
And it looked like a breaking ball, and right through the 5-hole of Coy Hill. He did not get down all the way. A very blockable ball for the Cubs catcher. Big break for the Padres.
Pitch to Cunningham, 2-2. Another ball in the dirt. And of course, we've talked about it all season long with so many sliders being thrown in the dirt these days. When you get ahead of the hitter, 0-2, 1-2, it's almost automatic. They bounce one and they hope you'll chase. Well, sometimes the backside of that, hazardous, that'll get by the catcher. Foul at the plate. So Cunningham, bases empty now as Ludwig has come home. His leadoff double pays off. Cunningham trying to get on there for Chase Headley. The Chicken has produced a run.
1 inning, 1 run. Ball 4. Second walk. He's also hit a man. Wells. Chase Headley hit a sharp ground ball to the right of first baseman Nady. Made a dive and went off his glove and carried briskly by DeWitt, who was coming over to back it up. And it rolled far enough that by the time the shortstop Castro could pick it up, Gonzalez had scored from second base. That was the first run. Second run here in this inning. Well, here the strategy pretty obvious. If Cunningham, who can steal a base for you, does, then they'll just walk Headley, and Young, the pitcher's up next.
Remember, Chris hit the ball sharply his first at bat to right field.
Looking for his first hit of the season. That one looped foul. A couple of rows back. So anyway, tomorrow, the folks that have bought your $1 take the jersey off the back tickets, and you'll all gather after the game. The players and coaches, manager, all come out on the field. They'll draw the number out of the hat. You'll find out that you've got a potential winning ticket, and then they'll say, okay, Grant, you're up next, and here's the number, and they pull number 28, and you get Aaron Cunningham's jersey. And we hope all the fans will stay. Come on down, be part of that, and it's your last home game of the regular season. Give the Padres a good vocal support. Send them off the right way to San Francisco. Chop right to Nady. That's a tag play, and Cunningham not even sliding, so a double play. 3-6 on the double play. Padres get a run on just one hit, no one left.
Big game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Check out their new and improved website at murraylamper.com. You can see photo galleries, remodeling tips. Who knows? You might even see a great picture of Will Venable. Meet the team. Schedule a no-obligation in-home design and accurate quote. Mr. Enberg?
All right. Thank you, Mark Grant. Chris Young goes to work here. 70 pitches he's thrown coming into this fifth inning. It'll be Randy Wells, the pitcher, then Fukudome and Castro. Fouled out of play. 0-2. Wells struck out his first time. Checking on the latest from San Francisco. Last of the fourth, Arizona still clinging to the 1-0 lead. Young starts the inning with 70 pitches, so depending on how quickly this inning goes, he might go 6 tonight.
Well, that would be nice to have a nice quick inning here in the 5th.
2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed by Chris Young, and 2 home runs stolen by center fielder Will Venable. And up goes Wells on that righting fastball. He's not convinced. But that's strikeout number 5.
Well, Chris still has the velocity on that fastball. The pitch prior to that strikeout pitch was 87. That called strike was 86. So he's right where he wants to be.
Fukudome walked and grounded to the pitcher. That was a hard smash, however, that Young just got a part of his glove and wrist on and threw him out. Slider strike. Been a good pitch for him tonight.
Absolutely good action, and that's a good sign. Getting up on top and getting good rotation and good bite on those breaking balls. That is a great sign. That means he's not hesitant to throw it. He's getting through them.
Curveball that didn't.
Yeah.
Fastball at 86. Well, you watch and admire Chris Young here, his 4th start of the entire year, and you realize what you missed. 144 days on the DL. Line foul. It's that fall away swing that the Japanese players have developed, and when we first saw it with Ichiro, you wondered, well, he's got a great reputation from Japan, but will he really be able to hit this big league pitching with that style? You bet. Good movement, riding away, 2-2.
So, Dick, you mentioned 144 days, right, on the DL?
Right.
Or games missed, I should say. So I divided that by 5. Roughly 28 starts missed.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Third base umpire Jerry Davis punches him out. 6 strikeouts.
And once again, the good breaking ball down in the dirt with purpose. Tough to lay off. Remember, we mentioned Fukudome. He's guessing. His body's moving, the bat starts going, and if he hits that, it's a double. And Jerry Davis says, you betcha. So 28 starts, you figure, that Chris Young missed this year.
He's the kind of man that gives you quality games.
Absolutely. He keeps you in games as well.
Hit to right, Ludwig giving ground, still going back, and makes the catch. That ball carried well off the bat of young Starlin Castro. Out in order for the first time are the Cubs in the 5th. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 4.5 innings in the book, and the Padres lead it 2-0.
To find a farmer's agent, call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com, because ready feels good. 53 years ago on this date, the Thumper, the Kid, the splendid Splinter, Ted Williams, became the oldest player ever to win a batting title. 39 years of age, and he hit .388. And in talking with my idol, Ted Williams, he used to rue the fact that in that season, he said, you know how many infield hits I had, Enberg? None. If I had had 6 or 7 infield hits, I would have hit 400 at age 39.
Wow.
Here we go in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-0 Padres, and Luis Durango pinch hits for Young. Well, a solid effort by the veteran Young. 5 innings. Still working on his mechanics. 5 shutout innings. Durango runs up and takes 2-0. (3-0). Padres would love to get the speedy Durango on board, and the Giants, Pat Burrell, a 3-run shot in the 4th inning, and they take a 3-1 lead against the Diamondbacks. Boy, he's come up with some big hits for him.
Yes, he has.
Ball 4. Durango, a free pass to lead off the 5th. Top of the order, Venable, 1 for 2, extending his hitting streak to 10 straight. But the story of the game tonight is the fact that Venable saved Chris Young 3 runs on 2 outstanding catches that would have been home run balls. One by Soriano and the other by Ramirez. Five in a row missed by Wells. High fly ball on the infield, just into shallow left field goes. Castro called off, and Soriano gets the out.
Well, Wells did a fine job of pulling the string on that one. You can tell by that swing. Will was way out in front of it, working underneath it for the weak fly ball to shallow left.
Pretty complete night for Venable, and he wears it on his uniform. He's got a stolen base to go with a base hit, and those 2 terrific catches. Eckstein has grounded to short and struck out. There he goes. He's so fast. That was a good throw, too, by Hill. And he got a high fastball to work with, but Durango walking a stolen base, that's just as good as a stand-up double.
Absolutely. It's a great feeling when you sense that Durango's got that speed to go. It's a high breaking ball. Hill had a great chance, had a good pitch to try to throw him up at the speed of Durango. And another Padre fans, King Stallman stolen base for Go Durango.
His 5th. Eckstein and Tejada on deck with a chance to add to the Padre lead. 1 away. You know what I thought when the chicken was here? I don't see him now. That if he had the Superman look, and the cape on, right?
Right.
Oh, there he is. I love you.
He's the best.
Ground ball fair by the dive of the third baseman Ramirez. Here comes Durango, and the Padres lead 3-0 on a double by Eckstein. Where's that chicken been?
I hope he's got an away uniform. Maybe he can fly his way up to San Francisco. Eckstein turns on a two-seamer. Aramis Ramirez cannot find it, and it's down the line. And another point for San Diego. And, what is he up to now? Dumb and dumber.
Eckstein knocking in his 29th run of the year. David has been in a struggle with the bat as well of late, and that's good to see him get on top of one and hit it early. Durango. Good job. Pinch hitter earns a walk, steals a base, and comes around to score.
It's a nice night in the big leagues for the youngster, huh?
Absolutely. Kid Durango. Tejada with Eckstein in scoring position. Needs a hit to run his hitting streak to 12. Chris Young getting some support. This is his game, 3-0. Two leadoff walks in the game for Randy Wells. Sure enough, they both came around to score.
Yep.
Gonzalez led off the second with a walk and eventually scored on Headley's single off Nady's Love. Now Durango with a leadoff walk, and Eckstein brings him home with the double. Chopper to third. Tough play for Ramirez, and he makes it with Eckstein moving to third. 2 away. See if Gonzalez gets anything to hit. He walked and scored. Hit the ball hard, but right at the shortstop. Grounded out in the third. It's going to shock some folks around the country when they get their first new look of Gonzalez without the beard. My wife, after watching the game last night, said he was always good looking, but he's handsome. Well, doesn't get a chance to strut his stuff here. They're going to pitch around him for the 32nd time this year, an intentional pass. To put that in perspective, the Chicago Cubs leader in intentional walks is DeWitt with 8. And they take the bat out of the hands of Gonzalez, but Ryan Ludwig doubled his last time up. Has a chance to do some damage. First and third now occupied. Ludwig let off the fourth with a double to left, and eventually scored on a wild pitch. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Fastball misses inside.
Wells not afraid to throw that two-seamer on the inside part of the plate. Ball 1 down and in, and that was a two-seamer as well. Probably if taken a ball, that two-seamer inside is really tough to keep fair. You see a lot of those, just like Ludwig hit over near the third base dugout. Pretty 50-50 on the balls and strikes from Wells.
Inside again. Now the action pitch, 2-1, first and third. 2 gone, a run home here in the Padre fifth. High and inside, another fastball missing, and now Ludwig has a 3-1 count.
Look at the location. Hill wanted it down and away. Look at where it ends up, and immediately Boy Hill was out acting as pitching coach, saying, "Hey, big boy, let's get those mechanics in order. Let's hit your spot here. This is a bad situation to be in. 3-1."
You can see Wells upset with himself and reacting to that pitch.
Maybe flying open to that front side and that ball leaking the way it did, up and in. So now let's see if he overcompensates and maybe bounces one here or throws one for a ball off the plate. Be nice to see bases loaded.
Right back to the pitcher. Underhand flip, and the inning is over, but the Padres get a run. The leadoff walk comes around to score on Eckstein's double. 2 men left after 5, 3-0. Chicago Cubs after 5, and there's something always happening at Petco Park, and this fall you can enjoy the Western Metal Concert Series presented by Ashford University. Friday, November 5, mark that on your calendar. Jewel will headline Under the Stars with special guest Colby Calais. Tickets on sale now at Padres.com/concerts. Ryan Webb is the new pitcher for the Padres. Chris Young goes 5 innings. Scoreless innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, struck out 6. And here are Webb's numbers for the year. 3-1, 283. 52nd game for the big right-hander.
And these Chicago Cubs are going to have to turn up the dial a little bit, because we know Ryan Webb to get it up there about 96 miles an hour. And great numbers here at Petco Park. 26 games here at home, a .93 ERA.
And he struggled a few times on the road, and that's why that ERA is ballooned. But he loves the heavy air here at Petco and the big dimensions. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Cubs and sends in a strike to Marlon Byrd. Infield hit and a ground ball to third for Byrd. Another chopper. Tejada hurries his throw across in time. We had a chance tonight to go in and chat briefly with Mike Quaddy and wish him well. His team is playing so well, 8 consecutive road wins, and they've played winning baseball 21-11 since he took over. And he paid Buddy Black the highest of compliments. He said that
The Padres, and the talk around the entire league, the Padres are the team that has overachieved more than any other team, which is telling you that they just been managed well, coached well, playing with this roster. Many rosters so much more impressive, but able to win, stay in first place so long. Ramirez struck out, and he was one of two that watched highway robbery out there, and very high from Will Venable, leaping above the fence to take 2 home runs away from the Cubs tonight. That went off the fist. Headley. And Webb has that good sinking fastball working.
I tell you what, that is going to really help the confidence as we take a look at Will Venable. Get a little breather out there this inning. Hey, you get the sinker baller out there on the mound, the outfielders can kind of say, it's kind of nice to see the infielders get a little bit of work.
Venable now switches, looks at that card, and moves way into right center field for Xavier Nady. Big hole. I mean, it's just a gaping hole between left fielder Cunningham and center fielder Venable. They're daring Nady to try to hit one toward the Geico sign. Look at that. You hardly find Venable in the picture. Chases that slider at 97.
That's my bad.
But that fastball runs so much it acts like a slider. There it is at 87. Talking about University of California announcing that they no longer will have a baseball team, and looking through their most successful players, some names bring back memories. Ground ball to third. Headley with another chance. Webb comes in with a ground ball, pitches. 1, 2, 3, the story. Top of the 6th. Padres lead it 3-0. Hanlon, they'll be with you on the Sequan Casino postgame show immediately following the game on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino is San Diego's staycation getaway. Randy Wells trailing 3-0 will face Torrealba, Cunningham, and Headley here in the Padres 6th inning. Torrealba has bunted twice for a base hit and a sacrifice. Almost got a base hit the last time, pushing a bunt.
And before this inning started, you look at the ball strike ratio for Wells. was at 42 for 84. Now he's throwing one more strike.
Popped up. Might be a play. Yes. First baseman Nady. One away. Well, high definition, if you could say it. High definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Nady making that catch, and just to complete, and I won't talk about Cal Bears anymore, but Jeff Kent is their best hitter of all time in the big leagues. Jackie Jensen, a name that many of you will recall, not only an All-America football player, but an outfielder with the Red Sox. Andy Messersmith, more wins than any Cal pitcher in the big leagues. He was a right-hander with the Angels when I was working for Mr. Autry. Bill Worrell, a great name. Bob Melvin, Connor Jackson, Mike Epstein, Jeff Blum.
Yeah,
they produced some good players. Aaron Cunningham chops that one foul, and the count 2 strikes on the Padre left fielder. He is fly to left and walked. Tried to hit that outside corner at the knees. He didn't go. 2-2. That slider bouncing in. '90th pitch from Wells. Down goes Cunningham on a changeup. It's the second strikeout for Randy Wells. They've completed 5 now up north. Pat Burrell's 3-run homer, giving the Giants a 3-1 lead. Arizona up in the top of the 6th inning against Lincecum. Headley, line drive, left field, and not caught. Soriano got under him, and Headley turns and holds. That ball carrying well, and Soriano knows that he should have gloved it.
Very makeable play for the Cubs left fielder. A sinking liner off the left-handed bat of Headley.
Official score gives Headley a base hit.
Oh, yeah, that's very catchable. Got to replace his divot out there in left field.
So Headley, a couple of hits tonight, and an RBI. And Scott Hairston, we haven't seen. There's the replace your divot. Scott Hairston has not played for a long time. I might have to introduce himself to the guys in the dugout here. He's been bothered by nagging injuries, but able to swing the bat. Padres acquiring him because he's got some good sock. First half of the season produced some home runs, 10 to be exact, but been very quiet the last couple of months. Pops him up. Soriano won't miss this one. And the inning is over. A run, no runs, 1 hit, and the Padres lead their 6th. We go to the 7th, 3-0 Padres.
to you by Subway. A $5 foot-long taste like a fortune, but just $5. So many favorites. Blazing Buffalo Chicken for one, $5. All day, every day. Subway. Eat fresh. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices? Go to Cox.com. We've completed 6 innings here at Petco tonight. 3-0 Padres, and Luke Gregerson in from the bullpen. Ryan Webb, a solid 1-2-3 ground ball inning in the last. There are the numbers for Cool Hand Luke.
Nice, great movie. Probably the sweatiest movie ever made. George Kennedy, Paul Newman.
I gave Kennedy top billing there. I was a little shocked at that. You know, if we ever get in one of those shows, you know, you have to call and you have a lifeline. If I ever do that, would you be my lifeline?
I'd be glad to. The thing is, though, can you eat 50 hard-boiled eggs? Like Cool Hand Luke did?
Well, I mean, how do you remember that? I mean, I saw the movie, but that was like 1928, wasn't it?
One of the best.
That was. Boy, you just felt those guys in the road gang. You're right. Plenty of perspiration. All right, Gregerson faces Soriano, then DeWitt and Hill in the Cubs' 7th inning. Soriano robbed of a homer and walked tonight against starter Chris Young. And even though Soriano a couple of home runs last night, the Cubs hitters bemoaning the dimensions and how tough it is to hit one out here at Petco Park. And it's interesting then Will Venable takes 2 home runs away from them tonight. Gregerson with that slider. 1-1. Young with a great start. 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, walked 2 and struck out 6. Fouled into the glove and then out of the mid of Torrealba. Came inside with him there, and he's a little late getting around on it.
Well, remember Luke Gregerson, there was a period where he was going through, throwing some more fastballs, throwing more fastballs, I should say, more fastballs and sliders, because some teams are kind of maybe sitting on it, and that was a fastball on the inside part of the plate, tying up Soriano.
And it caught the little finger inside the glove of Torrealba. You see him trying to shake out the ouch. One and 2. Got him. Slider. That's a good way to start for Gregerson. And coming up, the San Diego Hyundai dealers 7th inning stretch. Your dollars. Get more MPG. The assurance of America's best warranty by going to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Blake DeWitt fly to right and struck out tonight. Both at bats against Chris Young. Fastball starts him with a strike. That'll be looped out of play. Well, final home game regular season tomorrow. 3:35 start. Hope to see you out here. John Garland will shoot for his 15th win of the year against left-hander Tom Gorzolani. He's 7-9 for the Cubs. And all the ceremony after the game regarding the jersey giveaway to you fans. DeWitt pulls that one foul.
A lot of teams are doing that now, but the Padre organization was the first to have that giveaway, the last home game, the shirts off their back. A great idea.
Yeah.
And it goes to a great cause. Obviously, Sue Bodas in the Padres Foundation. She does a great job. New Tran does a great job with that.
And Padres charity, they're very generous in our community, and that helps support that. DeWitt chases a bad ball in the dirt, a slider. Torrealba records the out at first to Gonzalez. A couple of strikeouts for Luke Gregerson.
But going back to Venable's catches, folks, if you weren't with us early, Will Venable robbing 2 different Cubs from home runs. Soriano in the second, and then in the third inning he got Ramirez on a leaping catch on the dead run in left center field. It's interesting, on this date, perhaps the most famous catch in World Series history was made on September 29th in Game 1 of the 1954 World Series. Cleveland and the New York Giants.
I think I know where you're going with this one.
Vic Wirtz at the plate. The man in center field, Willie Mays. And this is the most storied catch of all time in Polo Grounds, New York. They say he went something like 450 feet. And what they don't talk about was the throw after the catch. He turned around and made a one-hop throw into the infield.
What a great catch.
Maybe Venable's a historian. Studied a little history at Princeton. Making a little Petco Park history today. In 3 innings time, you won't see 2 better catches made by an outfielder than those 2. And meaningful. 3 runs were saved by those circus catches. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Hill goes down. Gregerson. 1, 2, 3. All on strikeout. Stretch half of the 7th. 3-0 Padres. And the Fan of the Game is brought to you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, visit fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. Don't need fans tonight. A warm September night. Not if you're baring your chest.
That guy's keeping score there with his clipboard and everything.
Yeah, he looks very official, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Got a stopwatch there, time on the runners to first.
Either that or he's keeping count of how many beers they're having in their section.
Venable leads it off. Swings through a Wells fastball. Will, along with the 2 great catches, saving 3 runs, has singled and stolen a base tonight. 1 for 3. Eckstein and Tejada to follow. Wells working his way toward the 100 pitch count. 96. Good eye. 29,400 here tonight. Hope to see you in the regular season finale tomorrow. Caught the knees. 2-2. The 29,000 should boost the Padres over the 2.1 million mark for the year. One hopper into the glove of Hill, and the count goes full to Venable. Stirring in the Chicago Cubs bullpen, Maine, a lefty, and Mateo, right-handed. Pitcher warming up. Full count. And a roller to second. DeWitt is there. And Venable out. David Eckstein has grounded out, struck out, and knocked in a run with a double past third. As has been the case for the Padre bullpen, the #1 pen in the major leagues. Ryan Webb comes in 1-2-3 for Webb, the sinker bowler. Then Gregerson matches that and +1, striking out all 3 men he faces. So it's set up now. The Gab. Gregerson's night done. We expect Adams in the 8th and Keith Bell in the 9th. Of course, if the Padres should get themselves a couple of more runs, that could change Buddy Black's decision making.
I was just going to mention that as we see Mike Adams heating up. A little insurance wouldn't be bad here.
2-1. Adams pitched last night, and Soriano got him for a home run. And that home run, if Venable had been playing left field, would have been an out. I saw Heath go there for a moment. Remember, that was the ball that hit right off the top of the fence that Matt Stairs couldn't quite, at 5'7", couldn't quite reach. But with Venable and his 6'2" leaping power, he would have grabbed that, much as he did tonight twice. Oh, if it's fair, that would have been a base hit. Eckstein knew it.
Great idea.
He had Ramirez very deep at third. Pop up on the right side. DeWitt with the out. 2 gone. Tejada, this may be his last chance to extend his hitting streak. Came in with 11 in a row. You notice the Sporting News, they had their astute salute. They rated in professional sports the 20 most intelligent.
I did see that.
Yeah, you didn't make the list, but I think it was active. No, I know you were disappointed, but it was only, it was only active players.
Honorable mention for me?
Well, no, you had to be active.
Well,
Chris
active.
Young was number 8.
At least 2 times a day, but go ahead.
Chris Young made the number 8 spot.
Yeah. That's nice.
I mean, Oakland left-hander Craig Breslow, wasn't he a
former Padre? Yes. That guy could split the atom.
Yale, 3.50 GPA. Molecular biophysics major. So they gave him the number 1 slot. Will Venable from Princeton, just outside the top 20.
He's got to hit the books. Come on, Will. Shake yourself.
Broken bat, roller to short. Castro feeds it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Randy Wells, pitching well into the 7th. We go to the 8th. San Diego 3, Chicago nothing.
season tickets. And you'll get the latest news on your Padres shop for exclusive San Diego Padres merchandise as well. And you can also sign up for the Friar Wire, the Padres official email newsletter. Visit Padres.com tonight. Sam Fuld will lead it off against Mike Adams. Adams comes in his typical spot, the 8th inning, and there are his numbers. Sparkling batting average against of under 200.
Mike pitched an inning last night, gave up 1 run, a hit, and struck out 2 Cubs. He was also in the 8th inning last night.
Yeah, we're talking about intelligent athletes. The pinch hitter Fuld, a Stanford University graduate, economics degree. Played defensively the other night. Cubs have had good success with their pinch hitters all season long, although Fuld in just 15 games, one of the September call-ups. Pinch hitters coming into this series have gone 3 for the last 4 with 3 RBIs, and they have 36 total RBIs on the year. That's a lot of runs knocked in. And guys off the bench. '36 is third to Atlanta and Tampa Bay, 39 RBIs. Interesting. We'll have to check on the Padres number. Looks like he's got good bat control way up on the handle.
Spent majority of the season at AAA Iowa with the I Cubs. He batted .272.
Well, the Padres right there too. They have 34 RBIs from pinch hitting. Fukudome and then Castro to follow. This pinch hitter for the pitcher Wells. Way off the mark, Adams. Wells pitched 7 good innings. He gave the Cubs a chance. 3 runs, only 6 hits. His own wild pitch gave the Padres one of those. Broken bat, shattered. Eckstein feeds it over to Gonzalez, and Adrian had one eye on the ball and the other on that bat, flipping right up near first base.
Well, we know that Mike Adams has that hard sinker and that slider as well, and Adrian knows that it's a weakly hit ground ball to his right. He knows that Eckstein is going to take care of it, so he eyes that bat, makes sure it's out of his way, and then he goes to take care of that bag over at first base.
It's what's frightening all the players, and especially the Cubs, because Ty Colvin was speared, and you saw the bat and how it just, the way it shaved off. It's a perfect spear, a pointed end. Thank goodness no one has been seriously hurt this year, but the players and coaches, manager, they're talking about it. It's a dangerous situation. Fukudome has walked hard out to the pitcher's mound to Chris Young and struck out. Live fastball at 95. That one fooling Fukudome, a changeup.
Well, Mike Adams reaching into those bag of tricks. We know him from throwing a fastball and a slider, but that changeup works nicely as well. Why? Well, it's a pitch that's going down and away from the left-handed hitting Fukudome, way out in front.
Good arm action.
Absolutely.
He threw that with so much energy.
That's the key.
Looked like that was going to be a heater.
Because the hitter reads that arm speed. Oh, cuteness sighting. Tie-dyes are back.
Outside. 96 on the fastball. Pretty good eye to take that one.
Yeah.
Did run away just off the corner.
along with Ted Williams, finishing that remarkable year at age 39 and winning the batting title we showed you earlier. And the Vic Wertz robbed by Mays in the '54 World Series on this date. One more that we want to mention between pitches. 2-2 now to Fukudome. Another foul. The man, Stan Musial, last game as a Cardinal on this date, 1963, typically 2 for 3. 3,630 hits. And what's remarkable about Musial's career, he had 1,815 hits at home. He had 1,815 hits on the road. Can you believe that?
Kidding?
The same amount home and away. Played no favorites.
That is truly amazing because now, you know, we talk about splits all the time. What a guy hits on the road. You like, for instance, Carlos Gonzalez, right? Hitting on the road and at home, the splits. Just totally, you know, out of whack. That is truly amazing. Stan the man, he could hit anywhere.
He needed 2 hits in that final game. I don't know if that final game was on the home or the road, but that evened the count exactly at 1,815. Fukudome fouling off a lot of pitches here against Adams. 1 out in the 8th, no one on. 3-0 Padres. Right 3. That is the 13th Cub retired in a row.
Lights out. Webb, Gregerson, now Adams, and what is it? The penitentiary, locking down the Cubs tonight.
Brings up Starlin Castro. He has a single and a couple of flyouts. Cubs haven't had a base hit since back in the 2nd inning on the double by Coy Hill. Check that. Marlon Byrd's infield hit in the 3rd. So with 2 outs in the 3rd, the infield hit by Byrd, and since then, their only base runner, a walk to Soriano.
Yep.
Babyface Castro. Oh, is he going to be fun to follow years to come? Rounds a 1-hopper to Headley. And the string of outs continues as the Padre pitching and the bullpen doing the job. That's 3 men out of the pen, all 3 retiring the Cubs in order in their inning. Now, season tickets are the best way to guarantee 2010 Padres postseason tickets. And hopefully those will be counters. And make sure you have the best seats for all the big games. Don't wait. Call 619 795-5555. Let the Padres know you're in. Representatives are standing by. First come, first serve. There are a lot of great locations. Padres have proven with this great season that the direction is upward. Bigger and better things. Look forward to having you here as a season ticket holder next year. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez leading off the 8th inning. He has walked twice, once intentional. His only official at bat, a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Scott Maine, left-hander, called up in August. Ground ball right side, Nady there, and he will beat Gonzalez to the bag.
Well, Scott Maine throws a fastball, slider, and a change. Mid-90s for this left-hander, but he can be a little erratic at times.
Just his 12th game, 11 2/3 innings. Walking 5 in those 11 innings. Ludwig, line to left, doubled to left and scored, and tapped to the mound. Line to Ramirez. So hitting him tough luck tonight. Ludwig, that's 2 line outs, 1 to third, 1 to left, along with his double. But a good sign, making solid contact. Jorvi Torrealba, a bunt single and a sacrifice, 1 for 2. Well, Tim Lincecum must have had his good stuff tonight. Gave up a home run to Scott Drew in the first inning, but nothing since. Arizona now batting in the 8th inning. Still 3-1 on Burrell's 3-run homer. The Atlanta Braves sweeping their 3 games with the Marlins. Florida didn't exactly play spirited ball in that series, so the Braves now have a 2-game lead in the wild card.
Some AAA players in that game.
Well, and there was some just not great effort. Yeah. You could just see their season is over, and they didn't really challenge Atlanta. Up the middle sharply and gloved by DeWitt, and he robs Torrealba. We've had a lot of outstanding defensive plays tonight. Put a package of those together, and Heath Bell hopes he won't need any spectacular help, that he's got 3 outs in that right arm, and the Padres will go home with a win.
Closer. 44 saves, 6 wins, no losses. 1.78 ERA. Self-deprecating manner. He calls himself the drama king because invariably when opponents get a base runner on, he has to pitch with a tying run on, but has gotten the job done. He's just 31 consecutive appearances where he has made the save. And if he can get the final 3 outs without a run scoring, it'll be the 20th San Diego shutout of the year to tie a club record. Comes out with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's Bird, Ramirez, and Nady, middle of the Cubs lineup. Bird has an infield hit and 3 trips. A couple of ground outs. Two and 0. Tony Gwynn has been inserted defensively. He's in center field with Will Venable moving from center to left, or right field rather, replacing Ludwig. Venable in right. Cunningham stays in left. 2 and 1. Arizona failed to score in the top of the 8th, so the Giants up last of the 8th, 3-1. Popped up. Right fielder Venable didn't have to go up over the wall to catch that one.
You're talking about a kid getting a workout tonight in a big league ball game. It is Will Venable, and he's also giving that uniform a workout. Spencer Dolan or Brian Perlman is going to have to get the shout out to get those stains on that costume.
And here's a man, he was questionable coming to the ballpark tonight if he would play. He was out of the lineup the last 2 nights against the Cubs because of that ailing back. And he's extended his hitting streak. He's stolen his 29th base, and he's made 2 what at this point would be game-saving catches, saving 3 runs. Both balls would have been home runs. One of those by this man, Ramirez, who could only look out at Venable and smile in disbelief. And a base hit to right field. Well, Ramirez, who was 0 for 3, denied that home run by Venable. Aboard with 1 out in the 9th. The first hit for the Cubs since way back in the 3rd inning. That ends a string of 15 straight outs. Nady struck out and grounded out twice.
Well, the Padres have yet to turn a double play tonight. Nady has grounded to 12 twin killings this year. Be nice to see Heath Bell get a grounder here.
Line drive, right field. Venable is there. 2 away.
Well, the defense has been spectacular. The pitching has been great for the Cubs tonight. No runners in scoring position since the 2nd inning.
And for those of you joining us late, the turning point in the game may have come in the very first inning. The Cubs got a leadoff walk to Fukudome. Castro singled, and they pulled off a double steal. So with no one out, starter Chris Young had runners at 2nd and 3rd. But he got Ramirez to ground out and struck out both Nady and Soriano. Struck out Ramirez and Nady, and no one scored. Defensive indifference allows Ramirez to move to 2nd. And Soriano with a chance to spoil the shutout, extend this 9th inning. 2 gone. Big swing of that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. the Cubs down to their final strike. To show you how great this season has been, the Padres, when they lost last night and the Giants won, fell 2 games out of first place. They had not been that far out of first place since the 12th game of the season. They've been in it all the way and have led most of the time, 148 of the games. Still in touch with the Giants, and Bell trying to close the deal. Curveball bends low and away. Blake DeWitt would be next. Buddy Bell and Heath Bell. Buddy Black. Buddy Bell is watching somewhere. Oh, just got a piece of the 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Trying to keep the ball away. You can see Heath Bell wants that fastball away to give Soriano. It's a guy who likes to pull the ball. So give him right field. Hey, an easy fly ball to right would be very nice to seal the deal here in the ninth.
29,400 at Petco. Most of them on their feet looking for the final strike. Padres win. Three-game losing streak is snapped. They beat the Cubs tonight 3-0 and match their San Diego all-time record of 20 shutouts in a season. Much of that due to great pitching and 2 incredibly difficult catches made by Will Venable in center field, both robbing Cubs of home runs. 3-0 the story tonight. Mission accomplished. The Padres will stay at least within 2 of first place in the West. And we'll be back with the final totals in just a moment.